In today's advanced vocabulary lesson, we're looking at words in English which come from other languages. Hello and welcome to another video. My name's Alex. Now we all know about English words making their way into other languages. I'm sure you have plenty of examples from your own language, but today we're going to look at the opposite of that. So we're looking at words in the English language, commonly used words, which actually have their origins from other languages and have been adopted in English. So for these different words, we're going to look at the word themselves, the pronunciation, the meaning, the language they come from, as well as an example sentence for each one. So before we dive into them, please remember to like and subscribe. It's really appreciated and it makes a great difference to the channel. Okay, so I'll put the word up here and the examples down below so that you can see it. So our first word, which comes from another language which we use in English, is palaver. Palaver, you can see it here. So what does this mean, palaver? You can see it means unnecessary trouble, and it comes from Portuguese. So it means unnecessary trouble. Let's look at an example sentence down here. What's all the palaver about? So you can imagine walking into a situation, maybe to your office or maybe into a classroom, and you know there's chaos there, lots of different things happening, and you say, what's all the palaver about? What's all this unnecessary trouble or unexpected trouble? What's all the palaver about? Why are people shouting? Why are people going crazy? What's all the palaver about? Okay, and our second word that we're going to look at is hammock. Hammock. So again, you can see the information up here and pronunciation, hammock. So this is a net that you hang between two things, two poles or two trees, something like that, and we use it as a bed. And it comes from Spanish. An example could be, lying in a hammock in the garden is the most relaxing thing. So you can imagine lying back in a garden on a nice summer's day, not like we have today here in Glasgow. It's snowing quite heavily, but you can imagine that. I can imagine it just now, lying in a hammock in a garden, and how that would be the most relaxing thing. Okay, and the next word that we're going to look at is roster. Roster. Okay, so this is a list of people's turns for jobs. So imagine if you share a flat with some people and each person has to take a turn doing the washing up or the hoovering, then the list that you have, Monday this person, Tuesday this person, this is called a roster. Yeah, and it comes from Dutch, actually. So here we can see an example sentence. The boss has drawn up a duty roster. So a list of who needs to do what and when, a duty roster. The boss has drawn up a duty roster. The next word we're going to talk about is gimmick. Gimmick. Look at the pronunciation there, gimmick. So this is an unusual or amusing way to draw attention to something. So quite often used in sales and in marketing and things like that. And it comes from German. An example sentence would be, we don't use gimmicks to sell our products. So we don't try to pretend that it's something it's not. We don't try to, promote it in an amusing or an unusual way. We just tell you the truth. But lots of advertising obviously does use gimmicks. Okay, and the next word we have here also comes from German, and it's kindergarten. Kindergarten. So this is, in the UK, we call it a nursery school. So it's like preschool. It's a school that children go to before primary school from the age of about 3. As I said, it comes from German. An example sentence could be, we managed to get our son enrolled in the local kindergarten. We managed to get our son enrolled in the local kindergarten. Okay, and our next word that we have here is, just have a look at my list, paparazzi. Paparazzi. I think you can guess by the sound of it what language this comes from, but it's Italian. Check out the pronunciation here, paparazzi. And paparazzi are photographers who follow famous people around for the media so they can get a picture of them, maybe in an uncompromising situation, maybe doing something they shouldn't be doing, so that they can sell it to the press and make money. As I said already, this comes from Italian, and an example sentence could be, somehow the paparazzi knew she would be there and were waiting for her. Okay, and the next word that we're going to look at is faux pas. Faux pas. So this, as you can tell from the sound, I guess, comes from French. And it's like a social error or a mistake, something that you're not supposed to do, something that's probably a little bit embarrassing. An example sentence would be, I committed a faux pas that my friends have never let me forget. Sometimes also we talk about like fashion faux pas, wearing something that doesn't go together, doesn't match, things like that. Okay, moving on to our next word, and it is rucksack. Rucksack. And that means backpack. And it comes from German and actually translates to backpack. But for some reason, we use this in English as well, especially in the UK. I think maybe in the States they use backpack more, but here quite often we would say rucksack. So, you know, it's a backpack, the kind of thing you use when you go walking. And their example sentence could be, remember to pack your rucksack before you go hiking. Remember to pack your rucksack before you go hiking. Okay, and the last word that we're going to look at today is genre. Genre. Okay, so genre comes from French and it means a style of literature, film, or music. So you have different genres, like, you know, with music you have rock and folk and electronic and all of these things. An example sentence could be, crime fiction is a genre which seems likely to stay with us. Crime fiction is a genre which seems likely to stay with us. Can you think of any other words that we use in English that come from other languages? Let me know in the comments. Also, remember to follow me on social media. Check out my Facebook group, Learn English with Alex, with daily updates and conversations and things like that about learning languages. Also, check out my website, learnenglishwithalex.com, where you can see under the events tab all of the upcoming lessons and the live lessons which happen on a Wednesday at 10:30 UK time. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.